envisioning new horizons, exploring the unknown, and moving to the next peak. I believe are all common characteristics most outdoor enthusiasts share. And I certainly find I love challenges, taking risks, and find thrills in doing something I have not done. I think this is because I find freedom in these moments. I find the walls of my siloed thinking tend to break down, and in the openness, I find myself being able to emerge, to connect, to feel a little more dimensional. Although this kind of mentality isn't without its flaws. It can have a tendency to leave you with an isolated reality, full of success, but void of anyone to share it with. So as I traveled to tell my buddies, I had just received what I considered a last chance opportunity to harvest a brown bear on Kodiak. It was obvious. I needed a few things for the trip. Now I know, gear doesn't make the man. But when I moved to Alaska, there was a small local company with some really great dudes and amazing gear, called Barney's. But I couldn't really afford it. So this time around, I thought, I'm gonna go for it. And I thought this pack would be a great representation of the memories I was gonna pack out, regardless of the outcome. With that said, it was hard to believe that the reality was, in just a few short months, I would once again be on an island looking for those moments that make me who I am. But I wouldn't be alone. See, I realized something along the way, that just like Christopher McCandless put it, happiness is only real when shared, and that's the thing about Alaska, at least from my perspective. It can really be hard to find like-minded individuals, but when you do, you truly do find a sense of home, because I define home as a place where like-minded people live. As the long winter faded, and the river too began to flow, spring has always been a symbol of rebirth. A powerful time of year to leave isolation in the past and move forward. But before I went to Kodiak, even though my anticipation grew by the day, I set out with a new goal in mind. I hope to have some luck and try to harvest a black bear with my bow, which inevitably meant spending time on the water, immersing and experiencing the fresh new smells and life that bloomed before me.
With honey, dude, you can let it go for like 45 minutes. So, as you can tell, it's flooding the woods, and dude, this stuff is carrying everywhere. And the best thing is, if you have like a super dry week coming up, this stuff will permeate in the woods. So, permeation leads to saturation. Okay.
That was crazy. It came out like 5 yards from us. I mean, like literally, it was like right here, right by the blind. I thought he was gonna come out over there. And he came out right behind us. Absolutely insane. I don't know, before, I'm like, I didn't want him to get too close. Like, I thought he was gonna start laying down here again and eating. He must have rolled the barrel down here and the food must have spilled out because he kept wanting to come down here. But dude, that was crazy. I think that was like 5 yards. Wow. No, I think I mean, this bear didn't go very far, but anyway, the most important part is what a memory, you know, what a hunt, and man, what a great bear. What a great bear. We got 3 hours of sleep and ahead of us, and then we're gonna be right setting up camp. But I am excited about what's coming up, though. I think this is gonna be an awesome trip. Bears should be moving, and the temperature changing, and the mating season should be coming along. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what's coming up. Weather was really nuts, and then all of a sudden it cleared out, so it looks like we're gonna take off. Got a few things that we need to do yet, but I think all the planning and all the hard work is about to pay off, you know. And that's the thing, if you can get out to the field, you can start hunting. So yeah, we'll get our stuff in line. I think today's gonna be the day. So we made it all the way down here, and we're gonna take off possibly in the same day.
Yeah. I got that and that.
Yeah.
But that'll go to my stove, and then that'll go to that
And
bottle.
then we've got the little. You guys have some canister fuel, though, you said, right?
Yeah, they're right here. 400, 580. Ron's probably got
300 pounds.
Yeah. I think we're gonna be right. I think we're gonna use every bit of that weight limit. Yeah.
Amazing even to get to this place, because sometimes, man, this place can be hard to get to even on a big plane, and it looks like we should be able to get out today. So and it looks like we made weight too. I was a little worried on how many things we brought when it started to fill up the minivan that we rented. So tomorrow and the next couple days is supposed to warm up a little bit, so we'll see how it goes.
Your eyes like fire.
Some people may say you have to jump out of a plane to have a new experience. And I believe that's true. It's just got to be on the ground first. And speaking of first, the first light of a new hunt, there really is nothing like it. It reminds me of something Aristotle talked about. He used a word called eudaimonia, which means doing and living well. And it's the greatest part of happiness, which to me translates into looking forward to improvisation and ultimately discovery.
Special day. We already saw 2 small bears, and we moved up to about 1,100 feet, and we're looking over thousands of acres. So, I would say that's an awesome start. And an amazing day like this. I know Kodiak doesn't always last like this forever. The weather will change, and I know it will. And that's sort of a little bit like life. Change is necessary to prompt growth. So, hopefully today we grew from our experience. And I think we did. We learned a little bit. But, hey, I encourage anybody, if you can, man, live your dreams. I even went and got a job just to afford this jacket. So if I can do that, anything is possible.
Sheep, stay low, look high. Bear and moose, climb high, look low. Stay still and patient was a word of advice from a native buddy of mine. And that's the advice we stuck to. On the second day, there was no question that what was unknown became a little more known. As with most hunts you do yourself, small signs eventually lead to bigger connections. And it's these connections that lead to confidence. At least, that was the approach I seemed to find myself taking.
I don't know, maybe 2 miles down there. I don't know, 1.5 miles. There's a bear walking across the flats down here, and doesn't look like he's going to come this way. But yet again, that's awesome. I can't even hardly see him with naked eye, honestly. Yeah, he's making his way across, but that's a good sign anyway. Looks like he's going right into the wind, so I don't know where he's going to end up, but maybe he'll end up this way. But that's another bear on the list. It's kind of one of those crazy things when you do something new. This is only the second time I've ever hunted grizzly bears in Kodiak. You're still always learning, and hey, at least we're seeing bears. That's a good sign. So we'll just keep watching this one, and that's not a bad deal.
As you can tell, the weather changed today, and obviously I think this is a little more fitting weather for Kodiak. So we built this little Buddhist shrine here, or temple, on the side of the hill. It's stay out of the rain showers, but it's kind of crazy the effect that it had on the animals today. Yesterday we were seeing animals, and the day before we saw some animals, and today we really didn't see any. So I don't know if that's just an anomaly, or the crazy rain and wind that we were having today had some effect. So we'll see how they rebound tomorrow. But it's always crazy when you're doing this unguided stuff, is that by the end of 9 or 10 days you put enough pieces together to build a whole entire puzzle. We'd seen some bears all the way, I don't know, about 3.5 miles away. I think up with the spotting scope, that's about what we're figuring, and we're gonna go take a walk over there. The wind is good, but it's just man, it's rainy. I don't really want to go, but I think that that's the right thing instead of just chilling, because I think we got rain for the next couple of days, to be honest, and that's the thing with these trips. Like, it's already extreme getting here. And then you already have, you got to sometimes make an extreme decision to go out and try to find what you're looking for. There's those key moments in a hunt when you have to give up on what you've been trying to control. And for us, that meant leaving the advantage of the mountain and heading into the rain and fog. It's not just losing your ability to see things clearly, but it's breaking away from your source of confidence, which for us came from hours of clear, controlled observation, and that can be hard. When we made the decision to pursue a long-shot plan, we knew what we were risking, spreading our scent, possibly pushing bears out of the area, but we also were fully aware that time was slowly slipping away. So we gave our everything to the moment, in hopes of receiving everything it had to offer. And sometimes, almost immediately, the risk is worth the reward.
Bear, 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 bear. Dude, he's right over here. You see him? Jack, look, right there. Dude, there's a bear right over there. Dude, underneath that thing. It's like 250 yards down there, so see if I can call down there. He's a ways out there. Here he comes. Here he comes. Shot here, dude. It's unbelievable how large these are. You know, I think hunting is always much bigger than just the animal, but it's really about the experience of enjoying the weather, you know, sitting through things that you wouldn't normally sit through, and hanging out in places you normally wouldn't just hang out for a week. And I think that's one thing about Alaska too that really is unique, is it pushes you, and anybody who's been here will tell you that. You know, you grow as a human being and as an individual, and you grow closer to people that hunt with you.
Call my number, call my name. If you wander back again.
As we packed the plane and the trip ended, I have to be honest, I sometimes struggle with these experiences, even with the luck we found. Probably because I consider myself a normal dude, with normal jobs. There's always a sharp reality check that these experiences may never happen again. And maybe that's okay, but the more pressing issue is, how do you come back to the one-dimensional reality, the desk, when you found a way to escape?
If you wander back